Welcome to this short video about the basic user interface of TalEction and the functionality that are available to a basic standard user. My name is Hans-Petter Ramstad and I'm the founder of TalEction. So let's start off by looking at some of the fundamentals, the framework, and then move on to the different functional areas that are available to your user. Top left, you have the logo and then an icon that will open and close the left menu. You have the search, which is searching across all functional areas. And then you have a few icons, the first one being to invite other users into the TalEction platform, giving feedback to the TalEction platform that goes straight to the R&D department, access to help, and then sign out. If you look at the main menu to the left, here you have access to all the different functionalities that are available to a standard user. You have the home page that you are at now, you have person profile, you have different simulations, wizards, all the tests available and the different games, group functionality, some configuration functionalities, my user, the items that are shared with you and tags, and the applications that you have sent in using TalEction. Also, to the right, you have a floating button, which is indicating what to do. Click on that, and then you get an overview of all the requested actions that have been sent to you, and also if you have some ongoing training programs on the TalEction platform. For this user, there is no requested actions given by other users. So let's close the left menu also and remove it entirely, and then you are on the home page of a standard user. At the top you have some KPIs, a number of applications that you have sent, the completion for your own profile, number of tests and games you have done, and the number of shares you have received and or sent. Below that, what you want to do is access to or shortcuts to a number of different functionalities. If you have been requested to do some of these actions by other users, there will be some icons and some coloring of these shortcuts. So by clicking on this, you go directly, for example, on this, you go directly and create a new crystallized intelligence test, for example. Below that, you have some top level information about your profile to the left. And also to the right, you have a set of basic or standard recommended actions and the status of these. I have completed the profile. I've done a big 5 personality test, and I've also done a fluent intelligence test. The other ones I have not done. So here you have direct links to these activities if you want. Below you have an overview of the information elements or data that are collected through the activities that you have done, to see the results of those, and also some models that are derived from, for example, the personality test. You have what kind of motivations that are triggering you, and also what kind of culture is a good fit for your personality. So that's the home page. Let's open up and let's go to profiles. Here you have my profile here, and if anybody has shared the profile with you, that will also pop up here so that you can look at their profile. Similar as on the home page, you have some standard elements of the profile at the top, and which projects that you are linked to, and also which elements that you have collected and linked up to your profile. And below that you have the results of these different activities. Below that again, you have access to 2 types of simulations. If your user is linked to an account, there might be more simulations and also more wizards that are available to you. The person core simulation takes your personality profile and your intelligence profile, and then checks that against our AI algorithms to see what kind of team role fits best for you, what kind of leadership will you naturally execute, what type of maturity for the different companies should you look for in employment with, what kind of organization structure best fits you, what kind of culture, strategy, organization culture, and values best fit with your personality and intelligence profile. Below you have more details on the different things and with recommendations for you. So this is simulating for the core elements of job, different type of job elements like organization structure, etc. Now I went for the other element on the simulations called index. And on the index you are checked against if you are a good founder, or if you have the potential to be a good salesperson, or if you are equipped to handle the future of work in a good way. So then just select the different indexes here, and then you automatically scored against that index. And below you get details of the different elements, different activities that are used to score you against this index, and also recommendations as to your level. There are also links here to the training program that will be indications for you to do in order to improve your match score with these different indexes. Next element is a wizard, and here is the first one is training. So here you can you get displayed different training recommendations for the different elements that we use in your digital twin. Your personality tests, cages, meta tests, so what you do with the results you get there, intelligence, games, cognitive flexibility, etc. So here you get recommendations on what you can do in order to increase or adapt your personality, for example, or increase your fluid intelligence score, etc. Second element on the wizard is analyzing, and from here you see recommendations as to how you should read the outcome and results of these different test types and game types. So how you can use that specifically for you. Below that again, you get access to all the tests we have on the platform. There is 22 different test types that you have available. And to the right, you can use the legend to see the ones that you are most interested in. Here you have personality tests, you have different assessment tests with cognitive flexibility, you have different type of intelligence tests, you have surveys, organization culture, strategy, values, maturity, and you can also show them all. Below that you have all the tests that you have done. So here I have done 4 tests. If you use the legend and limit the test types you want to see, then you also limit the tests that you have done so that it matches your selection criteria. So that's the tests. If you want to look at the results of a test, you just click on it and then you see the results and the analysis of that given test. On all these test cards there are also actions you can take to delete, to add that test to the profile, to share it, to put comments on it, to rename it, and also to relook at these tests. So now I open that personality test, which is an adjective personality test, and can do adjustments and recalculate that test score. Then I move on to games, which is we have 15 games available currently, and this is neuroscience-based games that help us collect data that we use for a digital twin and for the matching algorithms. Same as for tests, you can limit the number of game types you see in the legend: problem solving, memory games, flexibility, attention, and emotion type games. and show all. And below, as for the tests, you see all the games that you have, the game runs you have run, and the results. And this will follow when you also limit the types of games that you want to see. And as the same for the tests, you can just click on one of the game runs to see the results, more details on the results, and how to read the results of this game run. Where there are multiple runs of a games, you will also see trend lines and graphs for that to see how it develops over time. There are no multiple games here. We are going towards the end of this movie, but just before we close down, we have group functionality where all the invitations that you have sent out are collected. You can also create new groups here, clicking on the plus sign, to create and collect other profiles that are shared with you, for example. On the configuration, you have access to your user to change password, etc. You have a possibility to look at all the items that have been shared with you, profiles, tests, etc. And you also have something called tags. I'm not going to spend time on explaining that. The last one is applications. You can use TalEction to apply for jobs. You can apply to be part of projects, etc. And here you will have an overview of all the applications that you have sent with status and all the activities and data that has been collected and sent in with this application, for example. If there are applications that are not completed, you will have activities here that are not completed, so that you can click on it in order to complete and send that application. So that's the end of this basic walkthrough of the standard user functionality of TalEction. If you have any questions or queries, do not hesitate to contact us at TalEction. Otherwise, I wish you luck with using TalEction. Thank you.